the world. We was taken from Africa. We got scattered to South America, North America. They took some of us back over to Europe. The children of Israel are all over the world. Read. So although I have scattered you far among the heathen,
and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them a little sanctuary.
He said, although I did it, he said, yet I'm going to be to them a little sanctuary. So we got sanctuaries set up all over the world. We global right now. We got schools in different countries. It's not really a state in America that you can go to and we don't have schools. God said, although I scattered them all, I'm going to be to them a sanctuary. I'm going to have a place they can go and get themselves together. Read.
Boy, all one in Christ, boy, but that for the 12 and nobody else. Bet not get this twisted. Gotta seek my mission. Follow my leadership vision. The law, how we make a decision. High mind, hard body prophets. God talk, got the earth rocking. Doctrine killers quit to get it popping. You'll never be able to stop it.
Open your flyer real quick. I want you to read something. We're going to read Deuteronomy 28:48. So along with our children being taken, along with us being bought over here on slave ships, he told us, we're going to read verse 48 right now. Read Deuteronomy 28:48. We're going to come back here. Just to get y'all a little speed. He said, when all these things have came to pass, this is one of the things that came to pass and that we living in today, right? Read that. 28:48. We're going to read right here. We're about to read right here, verse 48. Read that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
So when Moses parted that Red Sea and we got to the other side, the Lord said we're going to have to serve our enemies. Now I got a question. Do black people have enemies today?
Always.
Who are our enemies?
We are.
Okay, outside of us, what other nation are our enemies?
White folks.
White folks are enemies. Who else? Africans, Arabs. Right. Why? Because not only did the white man put us in slavery, but a little but known fact to us is that the Arabs, we got black people that want to be Muslims today, right? The Muslims had us in slavery at one point in time. Right. The Chinese had us in slavery. Right. There's not a nation on the face of the earth that have not put black people in slavery. So God said,
black people in slavery.
we did, but it's a difference between those black people that's over there in Africa and us. The Lord put a difference between us. We the Israelites, the ones that's over there today, they come from the seed of Ham. Right. They are Africans, the real Africans. We not Africans. We call ourselves African Americans today, but the truth of the matter is this curse did not happen to the Africans. They were a part of putting us in slavery. So the Lord said we was going to serve our enemies. Let's find out how we was going to serve our enemies. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
The Lord sent the enemies against us. So what we don't realize about God, just like y'all got children, right? You got children? What do you do with your children when they go outside of your commandments?
You discipline.
You discipline them, right? So slavery was discipline for the Israelites. Right. God said the enemies that we serve today, He sent them against us. Read.
In hunger.
The food that we want to eat, go ahead.
And in thirst.
The water that we want, go ahead.
And in nakedness.
So think about everything that we have today. The food, the water, and the clothes. Where do we get them from? We get it from the store, right? But who owns these stores? Who owns these corporations? White people own these corporations. But God said we have to serve them because we disobeyed His commandments. So He said everything that we want as a nation that we need to sustain us in life, we're going to have to go to another nation to get it. Read.
And in want of all things.
So think about education. The educational system is set up by who? White folks. Do they teach us anything that's beneficial to us in the educational system?
No.
What about the religious system?
They give us 1 week of Black history.
They give us one week of Black history, right? But throughout the whole world,
I was telling them they did do something for us.
they did, right?
We had trades and all that stuff. But go ahead.
Right, but this man is taught out throughout the whole world. So if we want to know about ourselves, what do they tell us about Jesus Christ? They say Jesus Christ is a white man. What does that mean subconsciously to us? That means there's no hope for black people. And you wonder why we kill each other in the streets, why we have sex with women that don't take care of the baby, why our women willingly open their legs. A lot of black women just celebrated Valentine's Day, right? They just got dug out by a man that probably wasn't even there, right? A lot of black men gave flowers to these young women just to dig them out. You think about the subconscious programming that our people have on us to sell themselves out for some flowers and for some candles. We have been destroyed as a race of people, but why were we destroyed? Read it again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So the enemies that we have to serve today, the Lord sent them against us. Read.
In hunger, and
go ahead.
And in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until He have destroyed thee.
So when we examine this scripture, it said He What nation of people put yokes upon our neck? We already agreed that it was the white man. But the Lord allowed it to happen because we strayed away from his commandments. Now go back to Deuteronomy 30. So now, all these things have came to pass, right? Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass.
Now, not only did the curses come to pass, but the Lord said this is going to come to pass too. Read.
When all these things have come upon thee.
When all these curses came upon us, right now, we are destroyed as a race of people. Read.
The blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord thy God have driven thee.
So you said earlier that the Lord preserved your life for a reason. You know what that reason was? It's to start keeping his commandments and to tell people, tell black people and Hispanics and Native Americans why we in the position that we in today. That's why the Lord preserved you. He preserved you so you can wake up, start keeping his commandments, and go out and teach the people. Old or young, we got older men out here. My brother right here is 65 years old. He's been in the church 40 years of his life. You know what he did? He changed. So it's possible. The two older men that standing right here before me today, it's possible that you can change. He's a living example.
I'm an example too.
Right, you're an example. But what you got to do, you got to start keeping God's commandments. Read.
And thou shalt return unto the Lord thy God.
So how do we return to the Lord? We return to the Lord by being obedient. We went over the commandment about the Sabbath day, right? On the Sabbath day, we're not supposed to be buying, selling, or cooking. We're supposed to be serving the Lord. And the Sabbath day is today. So you know what? If y'all just came out the store, that means going forward, you shouldn't be buying and selling on the Lord's Sabbath day. Right. That's against God's commandments. Right. That's what.
How do you see the Sabbath day is today?
How do I figure the Sabbath day is today? That's a good question. Because we've been taught what? That the Sabbath day is on what day?
After the 6 days, the Sabbath day.
Okay, the Sabbath day.
He created
the earth.
Every day in 6 days.
Right, in 6 days. On the Sabbath,
on the Sabbath day, he rested.
He rested, right? So we're going to figure out what day is the Sabbath day.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8.
Now, this is in the Ten Commandments. And the Ten Commandments is all the churches. They have a poster on the Ten Commandments. Let's find out what the fourth commandment is.
Remember the Sabbath day.
So he told us to remember the Sabbath day. But why didn't he say remember? Because in slavery, we forgot. We were going to forget the Sabbath day in slavery. Now, we came out of Egypt. And even at this time, we didn't understand what the Sabbath day was because we were slaves to the Egyptians. Right. So Moses through the Lord is having to teach us how to be a nation again.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So 6 days you can do whatever you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean Friday, right? That's 6 days. Read.
But the seventh day
is what day?
It's the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So what day is the seventh day today? But how do we all of a sudden start keeping Sunday as the Lord's Sabbath day and not Saturday? The man who we love so much, the man who we honor and worship so much, the white man, the Catholic Church, the priest, they changed the Sabbath day from Saturday to Sunday. They decreed an order for all people in the world to keep the Sabbath day on Sunday instead of Saturday. I'm going to show you that out of the Bible, Daniel 7:25. This is what we don't realize about the white man. He is the devil.
Well, I understand that.
He is the devil. But we follow the devil so earnestly. Yeah. Everything he tells us to do, we do it. We smoke cigarettes, but on the back of that cigarette pack, it says Surgeon General warning.
But still, see, like you said, that was their purpose.
They the devil.
To show the black folk that the white man is superior.
But guess what? It was
so that's purpose. Why that was the purpose to do that. But that's why you got a European man up here, and he even,
it was their purpose.
You
have black people that are not ignorant to that. Back in slavery, they didn't allow us to read. Now we can read, and we know the white man's design is to keep us in the bottom, yet and still, we continue to follow into that same path. We continue to go to church on Sunday, we continue to hold out our sisters, we continue to defile our bodies, everything that they set up that was designed to kill us, we fall right into it. So guess what? We can't blame the white man no more because we have the answers that we need.
Right.
And the answers that we need are right here in the Bible. We just haven't applied them to our lives. Read that.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Who is the he? The he right here is the white man, Esau. He said he shall speak great words against the Most High. Read.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Did he not wear out the saints? According to the Bible, Psalm 148, verse 14, he said the saints are the Israelites. We are God's chosen people. They wore us out for generations. Back from the time of Babylon, Persia, the Mede, Greek, all the way to Rome today. They still wearing us out.
Right.
They still got their foot on our neck. So it said he shall speak great words against the Most High, and he shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Read.
And think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand into a time and time, and a dividing of time.
So 350 years we was on prison. Now we starting to wake up.
Right.
He said he shall think to change times, right? We got daylight saving time now. Who in the world can change? How can you set time back an hour for daylight saving time? Who has the power to do that? They think themselves as God. What else did they do? They changed the Sabbath day from Saturday to Sunday. So we understand the white man. We gotta stop playing into his hand.
Right.
So what do we have to do? Romans 12:1. This is what we gotta do. We gotta change. We gotta put the cigarettes down. Oh no, hold on, give me Leviticus 19:27. We gotta start to keep God's commandments. So black people will say that they love God. I love God, right? Well, how do we show God that we love Him?
Keeping his commandments.
You gotta be obedient to His commandments. And I gave y'all commandments by the Sabbath day. No buying, no working, no selling, no cutting on the Lord's Sabbath. What else how else should you be carrying yourself as a man of the Lord? Read that.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Hold that. Let's get Leviticus 18:1. The commandments that we're going over right now, when we came out of Egypt, we was following all the customs of the Egyptians, right? So one of the customs of the Egyptians, back in those times, where they would bald their head and they would shave their face clean. The Lord said in Leviticus 19:27, we can't bald our head and we can't shave our beard. Now read Leviticus 18 verse 2.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto
Israel are the people that you see on this sign. Not only are the African American the children of Israel, but you got Jamaicans, you got Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, the Mexicans, Native American Indians. These are all God's children. And when you look at the correlation that all of us had together, is we all went through slavery.
Right.
We all been oppressed by white men. Our names have been changed. We can't tie our name back to a land. African American. That's two different continents, right? Read it again.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, ye shall not do.
So we said when we came out of Egypt, we said everything that you were doing in Egypt, wherein you dwelt, ye shall not do. Now in the book of Revelation, it talks about America being spiritual Egypt and Sodom. Because the same thing that was going on in Egypt when we was there, is the same thing that's going on in America while we live. Everything that we do in America is not our culture. Some of the things we celebrate in America, we just celebrated Valentine's Day, right? We celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's. Before we came over here, did we celebrate any of the holidays? No. You know what I'm saying? It's all pagan, right? So,
You probably put right hand guy.
if we understand that part, why haven't we changed it? Why we continue to celebrate? And guess what? Some of us will say, I don't celebrate it, but for my kids, I got things for my kids. You don't celebrate Christmas, but you teach your kids to celebrate Christmas. You teach your kids a lie. Well, you know it's not true. That's how you break the generational curses. It starts with you, and it starts with your family. Because if you teach your kids a lie, what's going to happen when you die? Your kids will grow up believing a lie, and what they going to do? They going to teach their children a lie. You know what I'm saying? So we got the change have to start with us.
I mean, I do.
You drunk?
Now I got nervous. His name drunk. You been drinking that? Just drink.
You been drinking that? Okay. But that's one of the I added because that's one of the issues we have in our community too. A lot of people wake up at the crack of dawn and they drink.
We got to put a liquor store on every corner.
Sundown. Right. It's a liquor store every corner, but at the same time, we know that and we continue to fall into it. And I ain't mean to offend you, I'm just asking like you tipping over.
That's what, I mean, down to the generation, that's what we've been, that's like you say, that's what we've been taught, We gon', in other words, people drink, do drugs or whatever to kill an issue.
Right, to escape.
They got an issue with that. Right. Like you say, instead of praying and going to God and let him have it.
Right.
They turn to liquor, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
And it's understandable.
Go ahead.
It's understandable, you know what I'm saying? Because we haven't been taught how to deal with our trauma. You know, white people, when them Jewish people over there went through the Holocaust, they got millions of dollars, and they got put through programs to heal from the trauma that they heal from. We've been going through slavery for generations. We still ain't got no 40 acres in the music.
Right now.
We ain't got the 40 acres in the music from us. We ain't got pizza. I mean, we haven't gotten the healing. We ain't seen psychologists for our issues to be fixed. That trauma has been passed down from generation to generation. What's that, Tim?
No, we just, as a people for ourselves, we just need to unite. We need to unite.
You right.
Period. That's bottom line.
And God has
look at everything.
Right.
Yeah, he just got to,
God has brought y'all to a place where people are doing what you say we need to be doing.
Yeah.
We are breaking the generational curses, right? We need to free them.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching.
So the day that's approaching is World War III, destruction of America. It's happening. It's very close right now.
I agree.
We got all the nations about to turn on America because of what Trump doing. He's trying to buy Canada. He's trying to buy Greenland. You know what I'm saying? He's about to buy Gaza. And all NATO is consisting of a lot of different countries. And they like, how in the hell is America trying to buy everything up and take everything, right? So guess what? We on the brink of destruction right now. So the Lord said, in those days, when the day is drawing nigh, we're not to forsake the assembly or the unity or the gathering of ourselves together. We got a school where we teach all this information. Where these brothers, we understand the times that we're living in. We understand how bad it's going to get. You know what I'm saying? And we encourage brothers and sisters who have that mindset to come together. So y'all gotta come to the school. Because you hearing this information right now and it sounds good. But what most people will do, they leave here and go back to school whatever they do. They get more information from one another. You ain't have to come to the church on Sunday in the Word. We brought it to you. What pastors are doing that today? They not telling you the urgency of the time that we're living in. They're not encouraging you to come out of the sin you in.
Prosperity.
They want the money. We don't ask for no money. Only thing we want you to do is get your life right with God. We want you to start keeping His commandments and be obedient to Him. Because in those days, when we look for the Lord to save us, He's going to save us if we're obedient.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant,
the Lord said unto the servants, to the ones that He called, read,
go out into the highways and hedges.
What pastors you know doing this? They not doing it. So you know what that means? They not His servants. They the servants of Satan. Read.
And compel them to come in.
God said we got to go out to the highways and hedges and compel them to come in. We got to encourage our people and show our people why they need to come to the school. Because Ezekiel 11:16, because believe it or not, this all was designed from the beginning. The Lord knew that we were going to slavery. He knew we was going to be disobedient. He knew we was going to go into slavery. And He had things set up for that time, right? Read that.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 11, verse 16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord God, although I have cast them far off among the heathen.
So with Deuteronomy, He's talking about scattering all over the whole world. The Israelites are scattered all throughout the world. We was taken from Africa. We got scattered to South America, North America, and they took some of us back over to Europe. The children of Israel are all over the world, right? He said, although I have scattered you far among the heathen, right?
And although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them a little sanctuary.
He said, although I did it, He said, yet I'm going to be to them a little sanctuary. So we got sanctuaries set up all over the world. We global right now. We got schools in different countries. It's not really a state in America that you can go to that we don't have a school. God said, although I scattered them off, I'm going to be to them a sanctuary. I'm going to have a place that they can go and get themselves together. Read.
Yet I will be to them a little sanctuary in the countries where they should come. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the country.
That's what's happening right now. We're being assembled out of the country. We understand who we are. We're starting to come together and keep God's commandments. We're starting to break those generational curses. We're teaching our kids how to keep Passover. Our daughters don't have dresses on. They don't believe in boyfriend and girlfriend. They're going to grow up to get married. And guess what? Now, what we've begun to do, it can't be stopped. But we looking for brothers and sisters. We looking for that 1/3, that 144. That's gonna wake up and keep His commandment. That's what we looking for.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.